think it's about time for you to head back down to your office. Well, I'm sure you have lots of trivial work to do. Those books aren't going to color themselves.
I didn't come all the way up here to be insulted.
Where do you normally go to be insulted?
I think I shall leave the company of you knuckle-dragging Neanderthals now. Oh. By the way, Sergeant Cooper, I have the villa this weekend. If you'd like to join me, I'd love to have you. And you, Mrs. Thornburg, if you care as well, we can make it a sort of pajama party. You can bring your husband if you feel that you must. We could always use someone to chop firewood.
Thanks for the invitation, but we'll be in Athens this weekend picking up our car.
Well, perhaps another time then.
How on earth did she ever get selected to be the Deputy Chief of Mission?
She's the second cousin to a cousin of the president's cousin or something like that. I probably shouldn't have said what I just did. She's a staunch feminist. Oh, and she wields a lot of power. And she is highly antagonistic to anyone she even perceives to be slightly sexist. And she can make or break a career. So, Coop, I don't suppose you have any choice but to join her at the villa this weekend, if you value your career.
Well, I think that went really well, don't you? I guess we'd all best get back to our work.
Colonel, if you don't mind, I have a question. The RSO said something about us going to Paris. When is that supposed to take place?
Oh, that man was totally out of line. I was supposed to tell you that, and I was saving that for a surprise. And where's that cup of coffee I ordered when you first arrived, Sergeant?
Yama intel on the coffee, sir. Maybe that should be an admin function, especially if I'm going to be expected to pick up bug patrol. And yes, we certainly are surprised. When is this trip to Paris supposed to take place, anyway?
The week after you get back from Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia? Good grief! I'm going to be spending more time out of the country than in, from the sounds of it. Why on God's green earth would you want me to go to Yugoslavia? For that matter, why to Paris?
When you get back from Greece, you will spend a week in the office. Then I am sending you to Yugoslavia to work with the intelligence sergeant there. When you get back from there, you will have a few days in the office to catch up on work here before heading to Paris.
I don't see my sense in going to Yugoslavia when there's so much work piled up here, sir, let alone to Paris.
Well, it makes perfect sense to me. The general in charge of the detachment in Paris will have all of his people out observing the air show.
I see what this is about. You're trying to impress the general in Paris.
Well, I'm sure the general is already quite impressed with me. That has nothing to do with this. As to Yugoslavia, it will give you some exposure as to how things are done in a communist country.
Sir, the intel sergeant at the embassy in Yugoslavia went through training at the exact same time I did. He won't know more about the operation there than I know about it here. I seriously doubt he'll be able to teach me much, if anything.
Well, he will have been in Yugoslavia 2 weeks longer than you have been here. Look, his training was for an embassy in a communist country, not an African one like yours was. You know, I guess it'll be a good opportunity for you to catch up on old times together. Oh, and when you go to Greece, I need for you to pick me up a case of Retsina. Well, it's not for me, mind you. It's for Mrs. Colonel.
Retsina? Oh, Colonel, that stuff tastes like turpentine. It'll melt the wax out of your ears and burn the little hairs off your tongue.
Well, that's what Mrs. Colonel wants, so that's what she gets.
What a wonderful day this has been. Your wife is on her way to your apartment. You have a stack of stuff there that should keep you out of my hair for a while. And I have impressed the Colonel with my efficiency once again.
This is an intel report? I met a Russian at a reception at the ambassador's residence. He asked me for a favor that I was unable to comply with. Signed, the Colonel. If I send this in, we will be the laughingstock of the intel community.
I don't think I like your attitude. I think you're being overly critical of the Colonel. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with that report at all. You probably just need to be reminded that you'll be working for the Colonel for at least the next year. So you'd better just figure out what you're going to do and how you do it.
Yeah, good point. Boy, whoever thought that this would be a hardship assignment? Beam me up, Scotty. There is no signs of intelligent life down here. There is absolutely no signs of intelligent life down here.
What do you got there, Coop?
It's my annual contribution to the Air Force's drug testing program. I just need to put it into the refrigerator in the hobby shop until the embassy nurse arrives at 9.
You haven't seen the Colonel, have you? That was Mrs. Colonel on the phone. She wants to know if he's in his office.
I'll be more than happy to check his office first as soon as I put the sample away.
I've noticed you have a thing for the Colonel, Coop.
I'll admit I do like him, sir. Probably more than I should. But he's just so lovable, like a great big teddy bear. And I feel so sorry for the way the Army and the ambassador and Mrs. Colonel all treat him. And he's got just the cutest set of buns on him. I just can't resist.
Yeah, I've noticed that fact. All right, go put your sample away. I told Mrs. Colonel I'd call her if we found him in his office. She said if we don't find him, she's going to personally come down here and look for him. And you had better get control of that spasm of yours. If Mrs. Colonel finds out you've been handling those cute buns of the Colonel's, she'll knock the stuffing out of you.
I'm not afraid of that old cow.
Bonjour, bonjour. Merci. Parlez-vous anglais? Oui, oui. Bridget Bardot. Ooh la la. And that is all the French I know.
Well, welcome back, Sergeant. How'd it go?
Ow! Ow! Coop, you really need to see someone about that spasm of yours. Connie, how was Paris? Did you manage to impress the general with my offer to send you over for the entire 2 weeks? Did you bring us any souvenirs from Paris?
Oh, the general was impressed, all right. His crystal has never been so clean. His silver service sparkles like the sun. All I did the entire 2 weeks in the office was clean and polish, spit and polish, with extra emphasis on spit. Oh, and souvenirs, huh? You're lucky to have me back.
I know what you're thinking, Thorny, after seeing me and the Colonel come out of the bathroom together. But I was simply helping him check the access space for bugs. A job that you should be doing.
Not if making the Colonel squeal like a little girl is part of that job.
Just what do you mean, squeal like a little girl? Is that some kind of a sexist remark? And besides, checking for bugs is not a job for a lady.
Now who's being sexist? Well, if you hate bugs so much, I should probably not mention the huge spider crawling up your leg right now.
Very funny, Thornburg. Now you've given me a headache. I shall have to take an aspirin.
Colonel kick you out? Oh God, I almost forgot. I was supposed to call her and let her know that you're here. If I don't, she's gonna personally come down here and look for you. And to be honest, sir, that is the last thing any of us want.
If you don't have a place to stay, you can always bunk with me, sir. I'd be more comfortable than that cold, hard thing you usually sleep next to.
Oh, thanks for the offer, Cooper. But that would only add to my problem. Old Mrs. Colonel run out of her favorite drink last night. When I went out to get some more, I found out there wasn't a single bottle in the entire house. Well, she told me to go out and find some more and not come home until I did.
So, is that the reason you slept in your office? You decided to do that rather than pick up a bottle from the case you had Thorny bring back from Reese?
I forgot all about that case. I've got a whole case of Rexina in the hobby shop, don't I? Oh, thanks, Major. That's great news.
Gee, a whole case? That might last her almost an entire evening. Sorry, Colonel.
So, is that the only reason you decided to sleep on the floor here instead of at home?
What? No water today? What's going on, Coop?
Well, I thought lemonade would make a nice change. If it's too bitter for you, I can always give it a stir with my finger and sweeten it up a bit for you.
Oh, thanks, Coop, but that won't be necessary. I was just a bit surprised, that's all. How many lemons did you put in it anyway? A whole case?
So, there are no problems at home, sir. Well, it's all right. We're all adults here. And we're here to help you if there are any problems.
Oh, well, there's another consideration. Mrs. Colonel is sleeping with a bolster. You do know what a bolster is, don't you?
I do. It's a big, long pillow about 6 feet long. Usually stays in the middle of the bed, kind of a separator between occupants. Oh, I think it is a great idea for you and Mrs. Colonel. I'd be more than happy to be your bolster, sir.
Actually, that is also the ambassador's nickname. He acquired it while attending Georgia State University, where he was known to bolster the spirits of students not doing so well.
Why, that is also where Mrs. Colonel Ripley attended university. Why, if I even thought something was going on, well, you can imagine what this putter would do to his putter.
Oh, something going on between Mrs. Colonel and the ambassador? That's about as likely as something going on between you and Coop.
Well, now that you've told me his name is Bolster, I'm a bit suspicious because she doesn't use hers in the normal fashion. Well, she sleeps with it on the far side of the bed. She turns her back on me, wraps her arms around the bolster, and remains that way, muttering to herself all night long when she's not snoring.
I do love a good love story. Don't you, Major? And this one's just too good to be true.
You need to get someone to look at the refrigerator in the hobby shop. This lemonade is warm. And get someone to check the fuses, too. The lights in the hobby shop and the bathroom seem to have gone out. Oh, it's darker than a coal miner's backside in there.
Don't drink that, sir. That's my specimen for the embassy nurse.
Oh, why would you bring a specimen of lemonade for the embassy nurse?
Not lemonade. It's my specimen for drug testing, if you know what I mean.
Well, it certainly doesn't taste like Mountain Dew. Oh, my God. Oh, I need some mints.
What's up with the colonel? Did he cut his tongue shaving this morning?
hospital shave this morning?
The colonel just got into some bad lemonade. It made his tongue a little sharper than normal.
This just came for you from the Afghanistan Home Office. It was hand-delivered by a GS courier.
Where's my sample, Colonel? What have you done with my specimen?
Who put the toilet seat down in there? That is where you will find your specimen, Coop. All over the toilet seat. Sorry, Coop, but I gave orders that no one was to put that seat down. Does anyone have any mints? Oh, I really need some mints. Mints. Extra strong mints. From the Afghanistan Home Office. How on earth did the DS know?
Great. Just great. Now I'm facing another night without beer just to produce another clean specimen. Thanks a lot, Colonel. I'm not sure I'd share my mints with you even if I had any. Oh, because it's you, I probably would.
I heard down in the ambassador's office that you needed some mints up here. I have a partial bowl, and this one with a bit of pocket lint on it.
How in blazes does everyone in this country know I need mints?
Can I see your golf club a moment, sir? The one you got from your contact at the Afghanistan Home Office?
No, it's that one up in the office for me.
Just as I suspected. Why would they give you a golf club in a country with no golf courses?
Oh, great. That is probably either headquarters or the president calling to see if I need some more mints.
Sir, that was Gunny. Your wife is on her way out.
Oh, crap, I forgot to call her! Coop, turn the dartboard around. Go, on the shot, go! What? Tell her I had to go somewhere with the CIL, the cultural actions.
I've never seen you before. Who are you?
I've never seen you before. Who are you to ask who I am?
Well, I am Mrs. Colonel Ripley. I am unofficially in charge of things around here.
And I'm Staff Sergeant Thornburg, or Thorny, according to your husband. And I'm in charge of the intel side of this operation.
Thornburg? Of the Georgia Thornburgs? Oh, I am so very pleased to meet you.
No. As far as I know, I don't have any relatives in Georgia.
Oh, well, how dare you not have any relatives in Georgia? I find it highly deceitful to have the name Thornburg and not have any relatives in Georgia. And who is this young lady? And why isn't she emptying ashtrays or something? And I could use a refill on this, if you please.
I'm his wife, Gwen, and I'm not your servant. If you want your glass filled, you can do it yourself.
Well,
I can believe that. Maybe you should sometime. It could change your whole outlook. It might improve the colonel's as well.
how dare you? And I hate nicknames. What could Gwen possibly be short for? Gwendocia, perhaps? Oh, yes. Something classical like that. That is what I shall call you.
Gwendocia?
What sort of stupid name is that? No, Gwen is short for Gwendolyn. You can call me Gwen, or don't bother to call me at all.
Gwen Lucia just happens to be my sister's name. Thank you very much. Gwendolyn? No, I don't like that at all. Gwen. I suppose that she'll have to do. Where is the Colonel? I sent him out last night to pick up a little something for me, and he never returned.
Gee, I can't fathom why he'd want to stay out all night.
Oh, bet he spent the night with that female sergeant he's always hanging out with. Did you know that I once caught them under her desk and they were together?
Listen to me. I seriously doubt that they spent the night together, ma'am. Colonel was here when I got into the office this morning, and he appeared entirely too refreshed to have done what you are suggesting. In fact, he just stepped out. He had to go somewhere with the cultural attachés.
Cultural attachés? Oh, come now, Sergeant. Everyone knows they are the CIA. Besides, I just saw them downstairs and he wasn't with them.
Well, that's exactly what he told me to tell you. Maybe you missed him on the stairs.
Really, Sergeant? We walked right past each other and we didn't see each other. Oh, those two CIA dipsticks, they asked me to give him these extra strong mints. They told me they had heard through their sources that he needed some.
You can't go in there, ma'am. That is a restricted area.
Oh, can't go in there? Sergeant, I am the Colonel's wife. I can go anywhere that the Colonel can get out of my way, Sergeant. Oh, yeah. Colonel, you come out of there right now. I know you're hiding in there. The rest of you might as well come out too. Hiding in the hobby shop and having a sergeant like me? Can't believe that. Me.
Morty! Oh, what a pleasant surprise! I didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, Bolster, it is so good to see you, dear.
Bolster? Oh, did she just call you Bolster?
Oops.
Oh, oops, I'll give you oops. How would you like me to wrap this golf club around your scrawny neck?
Now, Beauregard, it is not what you think. No, it isn't. His name really is Bolster.
Well, I know, that's the problem. I also think he's a low-down cheating skunk who's been pretending to be the bolster in your bear.
Oh, boy. It is what you think. Colonel, wait. Don't do something you might regret later.
Cooper, don't get involved. It could get nasty in there.
What do you think, Major? Should we try and sort this mess out?
I may be brave, but I'm not stupid. I think it's best if we all just sit down and let this sort itself out.
Ow, Colonel, why did you hit me? I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, sorry, Coop. I saw a movement in the dark, and I thought it was that dirty, rotten molester bolster.
Well, I
Hollie! Quick, give us a kiss.
Get your hands off me, you dirty old man! I am not Mrs. Colonel. I am the DCM!
That had to have been the best case of lack of decorum that I have ever been privileged to see.
Mrs. Colonel, what are you doing hiding in the corner behind the sink?
It's the Colonel. He's gone completely mad. I don't know where he is, but somehow I've got to try and talk some sense into him.
I think he went through that access space after the ambassador. Just follow it through and comes out the hobby shop.
Nah, Mrs. Colonel, I've caught up with you at last. Where is that dirty, rotten, underhanded, yellow-bellied lowlife who has been trifling with your affections?
You idiot! I am not your wife, so get your paws off me!
Oh, sorry, Coop, I thought you were Mrs. Colonel.
Oh, Colonel, how could you? How could you mistake me for Mrs. Colonel? Even in the dark!
Oh no! Not again! Now who's trying to molest me in the dark?
Oops. Sorry, Miss Humphrey. In the dark, I mistook you for my husband, the Colonel.
Oh, thank you very much. It's such a real compliment. How could you possibly mistake me for the Colonel, even in the dark? But hey, I'll forgive you if you help me save Sergeant Cooper.
See, Thorny? I told you it all sorted itself out.
Looks like you were right, Major. The ambassador escaped totally unscathed. Coop looks somewhat the worse for wear, or should that be somewhat the worse for what she's not wearing? And the DCM finally came out of the closet. I mean hobby shop. Only slightly scathed, but otherwise unmolested. And Mrs. Colonel is seen, but not heard from.
I expect we'll all be royally scathed once she gets her wits about her. You know, I think this is the first time I've ever seen her without something to say. Well, I never! And I never want to again. Thank you very much. I think it is best that I leave now before anything else unpleasant takes place. Colonel! Come out of that office right this minute. I have not forgotten that you had this sergeant lie to me.
I didn't lie to you, ma'am. I told you exactly what the Colonel told me to tell you. Word for word. How was I to know if it was true or not?
Oh. Colonel, I want this individual with the suggestive sounding nickname court-martialed immediately. I want him arrested, busted for insubordination. I am quite sure that is something really bad.
I'll take care of everything, my little sugar plum. Oh, and I wasn't actually hiding from you. We needed to get some supplies for the CI, the cultural attaches before I went down to their office. Why, and look what I found for you. A bottle of your favorite drink, Retsina.
Really? Beauregard, Aloysius Ripley. You should know better than to lie to me. You know what you won't be getting any of tonight?
Oh, dinner?
No. The other thing you haven't had for 16 years, 8 months, 3 weeks, 2 days,
22 minutes. Give me that.
Perhaps this weekend, then? Oh, the first thing I'm going to do when I get home tonight is burn that dang holster.
Which one, Colonel?
Oh, the inanimate one, of course.
He could still mean either one.
Oh, I don't know, Major. I thought the ambassador showed quite a bit of animation just then.
Is she gone? Is it safe yet? Wait. Where's the DCM? I think she got lost in the shuffle between the hobby shop and the bathroom. Oh, I hope she's not lost amongst the bugs in the access space. Because I am not going in there to find her. Career or no career.
I think you were distracted adjusting your blouse, and you didn't see her leave when you and the Colonel came out of the bathroom together. Ooh la la's right. I've been back in the office 15 minutes, and I've seen more action than I had seen in my entire career up until now. I don't know what's coming next, Scotty, but if you're not going to beat me up, at least send me down a phaser. No, not this weekend. We decided to take advantage of the embassy's tour of the Beluga Caves.
Oh, not my cup of tea. Probably a lot of bugs down there. So I noticed you've been getting on with the State Department people pretty well these days. Traitor. I get up to the villa maybe once per quarter, but you've been up there 16, 17 times since the 8 months that you arrived.
The only reason we've been invited up as much as we have is because they found out that I make cinnamon buns. Everyone loves hot cinnamon buns.
Ha Thornburg! No, I hate bugs!
You know what the psychiatrist says, Coop? The best way to get over a phobia is through exposure to the things that you're afraid of. I'm just trying to help you get over your fear of bugs.
Thorny, where did you get this spider anyway?
I went to a party at the Marine House a couple weeks ago. I picked it up there.
Personally, Sergeant, I think you are spending too much time in the company of State Department personnel. Why, you seem to forget their attitude there, Tom. Except for the grace of us, you wouldn't be here. And, what on earth are these drawings, anyway?
State Department people really aren't all that bad once you get to know them, sir. And those are just some cartoons I have drawn related to events that happened here in the embassy. In fact, the top one is from the Halloween party where I got the spider from.
You mind if I take a look at those? Well, the embassy political officer publishes a weekly newspaper, and he's always looking to put stuff into it. You would love to get a copy of these. Gunny, I have asked you to buzz before entering. What if you have somebody with you who's not cleared for our area?
Be cool, Major. It's not like somebody's going to be hanging out in the hallway outside your office. You are the only office in the attic. If somebody's with me, then I'll buzz.
What can we do for you, Keddy?
There's some kind of electrical problem Bullett's office. I don't suppose anyone here has a screwdriver, do you? Gee, this is just like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Which one should I take? I think I'll go with Mama Bear's side.
Well, maybe you should take all three. You could use the biggest one as a bench rest, and the smallest like a gun sight to line up on your targets.
Great idea, Thorny. I'll take all three.
You do have a license to operate those, don't you, Gunny?
Very funny, Major. I'll be sure to enter in my daily report that you asked me for.
So we should probably alert the embassy nurse to expect casualties.
What's the worst he could do? Poke a hole in his finger?
I'm concerned with the fact that he's a Marine. There's no telling what sort of damage he could incur with pointy objects like those.
What the hell was that? Are we under attack? Oh, did Bullet so finally shoot himself with that pistol the Gunery sergeant gave him?
How would we know what it is, sir? You stay here with Cooper and protect the office. Me and Thorny will check it out. Come on, Sergeant.
Hang on a second, sir. I have got to get a picture of the Air Force in action. Hey, Coop, I just saw a cockroach crawl into your desk.